All right. 2025, we are back.
What are we like? What, 6 days in?
We are 6 days in. It is January the 6th. It is 6:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. I am your boy JS-1 Supplier, and this is my business partner and co-owner and executive producer, and he's got many titles. His name is Fame. And he's here with you guys now. Yeah. We are doing, because you read the title, so you kind of know what you're getting into when you press play. We're doing a review of 2024. So we're breaking this up. We're doing the best of and we're doing the worst of. Because why not? You know what I'm saying? Fame and I have trucked our asses to the movie theater faithfully every time. Well, 90% of the time that we saw a movie that we wanted to see. We were really good this year. 2024 and 2023 to get our money back for the money that we spent in the AMC.
Definitely. We definitely got our money's worth with that A-list pass. Definitely.
The A-list pass has definitely been a benefit to us both. Now, with that being said, I think this is a benefit to the public for us to kind of run down a list of things that I think, or we both think, are good and bad from 2024. Now, I never want anybody to take my opinion as law, but just be mindful when I say something, when you go into it, so that, I told you so. That's it. That's all I want you to do is just say, AJ, you told me. It is what it is. Now, you should always come with your own opinions. If you disagree with something, drop it in the comments. I, unsurprisingly, looked at both sets of now Fame doesn't know, he doesn't know mine. I know his because I did the graphics for the show. I wasn't surprised that we weren't gonna get along. I'm surprised at how far off the reserve we are. I am really surprised. Like, I'm really, 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 really surprised. So what do you want to do? You want to start with the good or you want to start with the worst?
Let's start with the worst.
All right. So
what they came for.
So, all right, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? How are we doing?
I'll definitely go first because
you super surprised. Fame drops his top 10, worst movies 2024. Yeah. And when I tell you, I am upset.
It was tough.
I'm telling you, I'm upset with both of your lists. So
I'm tough. Before we start, can I just list the movies that I seen last year before we even go into it?
Go ahead, do your thing.
So there was Ferrari, The Book of Clarence, Argyle, Battle Web, Ghostbusters, Dune 2, Bob Marley, the American Society of Magical Negroes, Godzilla vs. Kong, Monkey Man, Civil War, The Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare, Boy Kills World, Fall Guy, Bad Boys 4, the Garfield movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the Mad Max joint was Furiosa, The Crow, Alien Romulus, The Killer's Game, Venom 3. You seen Red Ones, but I did go see Red 1. Gladiator 2, Solo Leveling, Craven, Lord of the Rings. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, The Killer's Game.
Boy Kills World. Did you say?
I said Boy Kills World. Deadpool and Wolverine
versus Wolverine.
Twisters, and I feel like there's another one.
Yeah, and there was more than that, but I don't want to. It's not important. So, all right. So, I wish I had a drum roll. Huh?
It was too many choices.
Hey, man, you being committed is important. Being committed is important. All right, so let's go with your number 10, sir. What is your number 10?
My number 10, I believe, is because I switched it up at the last minute.
On your screen.
Oh, wow. Just look at the screen. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Godzilla vs. Kong. Let me tell you this. Wow. This is number 10 because I really enjoyed the show. I didn't have a lot of choices to kick this movie out, but if I had to put it somewhere, a lot of people enjoyed it. My parents, I got tickets to go see it, went to go see it. Or did I go see it with my parents? No, I got my own tickets to go see it. Man, you went to go see it, right?
Nope, I did not get to see this film. I wanted to. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't able to make it.
I don't know how I see this movie, but I went to go see this movie with somebody, and then I went to send my parents to go see it. They was like, "Oh, that movie was so good," and I was like, "Wait, didn't we all see the same TV show that literally just came out a few months ago?" And this movie has nothing to do with Godzilla vs King Kong, but they had some of the same characters in the same lore. But now there was a multiverse of what was going on. Nah, I love the TV show, but I hated the movie because they did not follow up.
Got you. All right, so let's go to your
Number
9 film. Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah,
I thought you enjoyed this film.
No, I didn't. I told you I did not like the whole concept of the. I don't like when they just stuff teenagers into things and everybody just play along like it's good. No, this movie wasn't good. It was the same thing that I seen over and over and over again, and they stuffed a bunch of teenagers into it. Moving that trash on.
Wow. All right, number 8. This is where we part ways, sir.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. The disrespect, yo. How could you? I gotta go back on screen. How could you? What? We both came out of the theater. It was like it was good.
Yeah, but again, we had too many choices. I had 30 movies to comb through. And listen, it's not like I made it number 1 on the list. I was like, all right, it's not as bad.
It didn't need to be on the list at all. Of the worst films?
Yeah.
Yo, no, bro. It didn't need
I was
to be
not putting Beekeeper on the list. I was not putting
yeah, Beekeeper. Are you trying to tell me? Whoa. You trying to tell me
I like Beekeeper.
Beekeeper was better than Civil War?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna let you have your moment, bro. Go ahead, do your thing, bro. This is
it was an average movie, bro. It was great for an independent. Was it independent or was A24 did that movie?
It was an A24.
Whatever it was, just bare basics. It wasn't no Amazon Prime movie. It wasn't a Netflix movie. It was a TBS or a Sci-Fi original at the most. It was just a movie. It was cool, but not cooler than what I seen. I could have seen it on Fox 45, and I'm like, oh wow, Fox 45 do originals now.
That's disrespectful, bro. That's disrespectful, bro. All right, let's move on. Number 7.
Yeah.
Why you get so quiet over this?
Because I enjoyed the movie, but I had to go somewhere, and
I'm gonna also say that I considered putting this on my worst list, but it got bumped off because there's so many other more important films that I needed to trash, and this just made it through. This and maybe 2 more films made it through because there were more important films, and the fact that you did Civil War.
I think I might know what yours is, and I'm not even going to say it because I'm pretty sure it's on the list. I'll just wait till I hear your list, but I think I know which other movie that you would replace Ghostbusters with. But Ghostbusters was bad. I was glad to see the cast back, but again, they didn't do anything. They teed it right on that line of let's just do another Ghostbuster film and do another Ghostbuster film. They did it. They didn't try to. It wasn't like the first one was for me. I really, really liked it. I've seen the first one at least 7 times because I got kids, of course. At least 7 times, but every time I watch it come on, I enjoy it. This, I would never watch this movie again.
I agree.
6.
All right, number 6, Megalopolis.
I don't even.
I don't need to get on
could have been number 1. Yeah, this could have been number 1.
All right, you got to come on because now I want to know why isn't it number 1? Like this is the biggest. Yo, I've watched a few different year-end reviews, and so many people have saved this film. Yo, I didn't want to make it number 1 because it's his vision. No, nigga, is it good or bad? It was bad. It's horrible bad. And what makes it even worse bad is that it comes from a master filmmaker. When a master filmmaker makes something this bad, how in the world can you put anything ahead of it? even though we still got Madam Web to get to, which I mean, we all agree that is a universally panned film, but that was Hollywood trying. They was doomed from the start.
Yeah.
You got one of the greatest filmmakers of all time that wrote and produced and edited this, and for it to still be bad.
It should trade places with the next one, but I got it where it's at right now. And yeah, if y'all ever decide to hit play on this, just know that it was on everybody's list for a reason. Number 5.
Ooh. Loser.
What do I gotta say? Y'all seen the reviews? Y'all seen the reviews? Y'all seen the Rotten Tomato score? Y'all seen the Facebook comments the first day, the Instagram comments, the TikTok videos, the jokes all around the board. And nothing can save this movie from being what it was, besides putting Kevin Hart in there and letting him laugh at himself like he does the best.
He do laugh at his own jokes really well. So shout out
to
him for
that. That's the only reason why I laughed in the theater. It's like Kevin doing that thing where he do again. It's contagious.
Nah, I respect it. We don't have to kick it while it's down. Everybody knows this is a bad film. And actually, I didn't dislike it. So let's move on. All right. This is a yes, sir. Me and you both agree. This was Lord.
Yeah. I literally didn't think he was even gonna put it on the list. I was like, Jay not even gonna rank this. You're probably just gonna skip over it because I know you enjoyed it a little bit in the theater. It's like I enjoyed it a teeny bit.
Did. Were we in the same theater at the same time? Like
he was like, "Oh, this movie is horrible, but it's funny the way they tear this thing apart."
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. So
it had some funny moments.
Yeah. The book. He became one of my favorite actors of the past 2 years, and it's not to say that it was because of him. Because of him, I enjoyed the movie. Lakeith is just—he's that guy. But the writing, the trying to make fun of the whole Jesus thing, it just felt tacky, distasteful in some scenes. It wasn't a comedy that I wanted to see in the beginning of the year. It's like, oh, now I know why 2024 was so horrible. Thank y'all. Keep mocking Jesus. All right, number 3.
And you know what's sad is that it wasn't meant to mock Jesus. That's the worst part. But it comes off that way. All right, number 3. Woo!
I actually didn't think that Jay was going to sit through the whole movie.
What the fuck are we watching? This is some bullshit.
I'm just like, yo, come on, we gonna get through it. It's not that bad. But it really is. The stories, the choice of characters, and I actually do like Homeboy and Boy Kills World. But this is a good example of maybe not 2 movies a year. Slow it down, get your feet wet just a little bit more, and not like you got them wet in The Crow because the writing sucked. I didn't like most of the cinematography. What else?
Oh man, there's so many things wrong with this. I'm gonna let you rock out, but I'm not gonna put it against Skarsgård. He's just an actor. He was hired to do a job. He came in, did a job. It was a bad job, but he came in and did a job.
Was Lawrence Fishburne in that, or am I thinking of somebody else? Who was that? Remember that black guy at the end? I can't really remember The Crow.
I think it was.
But I remember there was a black guy, and I want to say it's Lawrence Fishburne because who else would it be besides? But it probably
don't disrespect Lawrence Fishburne like that, man. Let's go on.
Old black guy that's underneath a bridge or a tunnel or in some cave.
This is so disrespectful, yo. I don't even know.
Typecast is that guy right now.
Oh my
just God! Give that man some holy gloves and a hat.
All right, let's move on. All right, number 2 is Craven.
This was really the easiest thing I ever had to do in my life. These next 2, number 1 just took the cake. It's nothing, and it's funny because of course it would be Sony, and everybody knows how I hate Sony. But this is why I hate them guys. This is literally why I hate these guys. They try to replicate old things and make it work in their favor, and everything that they try to replicate that's old normally was bad in the first place. And they just excel at living in the past and trying their hardest to stay in the past. Thank you, Sony, for all of the great years of giving me the dish you guys. I appreciate it. And number one,
loser, is the worst movie probably of the decade. Oh, most universally panned, most hated, most badly written, most under whatever. And I haven't even seen it. So there you go.
Oh wow, you did. Oh,
you went to see it.
Nah.
I don't know how it came down. Either I was supposed to take a girl, or something was supposed to happen, or you took a girl. I can't remember. And you went to see it, and by the time you told me how bad it was, I was like, "Cool, I don't need to go do that."
Yeah, yeah. Dakota, I don't know what you was thinking. You should have told them to scrap the movie the same way they did Batwoman. Let me out of here. But she didn't. Just like my man didn't for Craven. The writing was horrible. They had scenes. They did. Oh God, bro. They had scenes that did not connect whatsoever to the story. They just had random scenes in the movie. They didn't explain all of the scenes out into the story. You was like, wow, this stuff was written, then it was shot. And you would think that maybe somewhere behind the boards of Sony, somebody was editing the film and they forgot to put a scene in, and then they still released the movie, and Sony was like, you know what, just forget it. Let's just keep on rocking out with it. It ain't got to make sense. We just got to recuperate some money. Boom, Madam Web. Trash. I'm interested to see what's on your list now. This is
all right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Such a professional. Such a professional you are. I love it. I love your list. I don't agree. Literally, don't agree with half the list. But I respect it, bro. You gotta do your thing. Let's see, what is it? All right. So here's my turn your camera off, fool. It's time for my top 10 list. 2020. Yeah. My top 10 worst movies of 2024. You know what I'm saying? The actual real thing, not what Fame's made up weird stuff that he was getting on. I don't know what's going on, but this is real. All right, number 10, Ferrari.
What?
Ferrari. Yo, this movie was boring. It dragged on. I don't know if it was supposed to be a documentary or this or that. It just ended up being boring. Was it well shot? Yeah, I guess so. There was some good shots. There was some all right acting, but I feel like the movie suffered from lack of direction, lack of purpose, and then trying to just so much trying to make me feel something. And I didn't give a shit. I think the only things that I might have been if you are a Ferrari fan or you're a fan of vehicles, I can see this being a connector for you, but I'm not a car person. And just because you put the word Ferrari or Ferrari versus Lamborghini, that doesn't make me excited. And I didn't care. And because I don't have that connection to the brand, I'm only leaning on what are you showing me? What is the importance of what you're showing me? And why should I care? And I feel like what they lacked was, why should the audience care? You know, outside of being obsessed over a brand. Now, if this movie was like a small indie film for like $1 million, yo, bro, I'd be like, yo, y'all is the greatest that ever happened. But because I know y'all had money and I know you had really great writers and really great people involved with this where you could really have made this something, I just felt like it fell short. But obviously Fame does not agree, so I respect
this is going to be an interesting list from here on out. Now, I don't even want to. If this is 10, bring it on.
All right, number 9. Craven.
It's slow.
At number 9 is Craven. But you and I had this discussion when we came out of the theater. I was already saying, hey man, this is trash. And I was watching people walk out of the theater. I was laughing at that. I thought that was hilarious. But I also was like, I've seen worse. I've seen way worse. And even though it still made my worst of the year list, I think that number 8 took the cake. So let's go for that. Number 8, Lord of the Rings War. Loser. I regret being invited to see this film, and the fact that this man was so insistent on. And the only reason why we went to the theater is because this was and hold on, let me put myself anime. This was a anime film.
We didn't see no trailer for it. Let's first of all, we just went to go see.
And then when I watched
anime,
it's a anime, and the only thing that was good about it is that it was a anime. Everything else was horrible. So, all right, let's move on to number 7. Number 7, the Bike Riders. Get this crap out of here. Oh my God. And Fame, I'm mad. I'm mad that you didn't put this on your list. We both watched it. It was not good. What are you talking about? All right, what was good about it? What was good about it?
I don't remember going to go see that with you. We didn't go see that.
Yes, we did.
No,
yes, we did. Yes, we did. We saw this film together, sir. And the Bike Riders was.
It's not even in my list. It's not on my It's not on my A-list joint.
Oh, did I end up going to that by myself? That's crazy.
It's not on my list.
Yeah, I don't remember going with nobody. I don't know. Did I go with somebody or did I not? I don't know. But let's just say trash. Happy.
Thank God.
Yeah. Definitely. Yep. But it's not as bad as number 6. Let's go to number 6, which is Twisters. And I'm so upset that he actually liked this one. This is some bullshit, man. Loser. First of all, the first one is a top to bottom classic. This film, if you want to hear my review, go back to Real Reviews. We did a review of Twisters where I went off the rails and screamed and hollered about how much I didn't like this. But let me give you some bullet points. The acting, subpar. The storyline, stupid. The concept with the technology doesn't make sense. Even the forced love affair that kind of happens with no reason and no point. Like there's no, it's just so much that doesn't make sense. Even the initial, all of the points of friction don't make sense. So you kill some people in the beginning of the film, and then you got 2 people that were traumatized by that, that death. And then they get back together to fix the problem. But then you get mad because the guy, one of the people in there has to do what he has to do to get funding. And it's just stupid. It's stupid ass shit. Even down to the point, the thing that really was supposed to make him a bad guy, if you really thought about it, if you really had a real conversation, he's not a bad guy. But before the framing of the film, they make him a bad guy. And guess what? The bad guy is the only fucking black person in the entire fucking... No, he's not. There's only 2 black people. One is with the opposition, but not necessarily a bad guy. He's just with the opposition, and he's super smart. And then the other black person is the bad guy, whom doesn't get the vagina, but not necessarily for any reason other than I just don't want to be with you. But you want to go with somebody else who's obviously an idiot and an asshole. But stupid ass film. Stupid ass film. I'm not going to keep going. Watch my full review. It gets mad detailed and it doesn't sound as truncated as what I'm saying now. But even number 6 isn't as bad as number 5. Loser. Oh my God. Oh my God. Fame, you were there. Don't act like you weren't there. We both went to see this movie.
He had to get his money last year. He got
what the hell did I just watch? The only redeeming quality of this film is that it's a children's film. Outside of that, nothing at all. I'm not gonna argue this. If y'all loved it and it was great and it was all of that, you don't know good filmmaking, and that's all I'm gonna say. Let's move on, because number 5 is definitely not as bad as number 4, which is Book of Clarence. Book of Clarence. Let me give you my reasoning why this sucked, and I let my compadre give his reasons, but I wanted to very clearly, state mine in my section. The reason why I don't like Book of Clarence is that, once again, you have a script that's all over the place that doesn't really have focus. There's so many elements to it that you don't know whether this is sci-fi, whether this is some mystical, magical thing, or whether we don't know. I still to this day don't know the purpose of the film. A lot of the dialogue is trash. The whole point of the story doesn't make sense in a lot of places. There's like dance scenes, routines, and all of this stuff that I'm like, why is this here? You know what I'm saying? And it was cool and stylish. And like, I found out the director wrote all the music, and I'm like, oh yeah, this makes even more sense why this is trash, because this guy is overwhelmed with a task of trying to execute a vision, and he's not allowing people to come in and help him clean it up. I feel like somewhere in this muddled mess there might have been some genius, but I don't know, man. Jay-Z, you co-sign this bullcrap? No wonder don't nobody like you, man. That's probably why they trying to lock you up now. Anyway, number 4 isn't as bad as number 3, which is The Crow. Once again, you start fucking around with my childhood. Don't fuck around with my childhood. If you're going to touch the third rail of great film and television, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure that you have the core storyline together. Make sure you have you got great casting. Make sure that if you're gonna make changes, make it be cool. Don't make it idiotic or stupid or wasteful. Why we had this circular script where you start from the ending and you work your way back around? Why did you do that? It honestly, it made it confusing as hell. And number 2, it once you did that, it was just like useless. Like, what was the point of that? Why? Sometimes you want to take people through a circular script because you're trying to shock people into something, and then you slowly bring them through until you bring them back, and there's understanding. Well, number 1, the thing that you started it wasn't shocking, and then the whole journey you took us through to bring it back to it was stupid. And then the conclusion of the story was stupid. It goes from he's a badass to he getting pimped around and slapped around. Then you got your bad guy that dies like you spend this whole movie building up on how bad of a badass he is, and then he died like he died like a little kid. Like, it's so weak and stupid. It was dumb. It's like it was just so much. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, an adult runs in a room with a little kid and he trying to act hard, and it's like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Cop, you dead. Like, you know what I mean? And that's literally how that last scene was. It was just, there was no real resistance. And it's just, and I'm sitting here going, I probably would have enjoyed this film if you had removed the name Crow off of it. If you had taken The Crow off of it, and then you had called it like Infinite Don't Die Man, or Mr. Revenge or something, I probably would have been with this more. Right.
Black birds.
Bird killer or something like that. You know what I mean? Undead bird. I don't know. There's many ways you could have framed this that I would have bought into it, and I probably would have enjoyed it. But when you put something like you start fucking around my childhood, and then you bring me in here expecting me to enjoy something like this, I'm not going to go for it. But once again, as much as I hate this, the Dollar Store Crow.
True love never dies.
But number 3 was bad, but number 2 was even worse. What is number 2? Argyle. I am upset that Fame did not put this anywhere on any of his lists. Yo, why the hell did you let this slide? What in the world? We both walked out of this theater going, this was horrible. And
I tried to forget about that movie, bro. Like,
nah, it deserved
really bad. I'm still trying to forget about it. You about to take us back into it so she can read this book one more time to us. Go ahead.
So, like, once again, when you come to me and you telling me you put, one of the other joints that man, the Civil War, you're gonna say that this was better than Civil War? Fuck no, bruh.
Again, the cinematography. It just action movies. Go ahead.
No, I get it. I get it. Because like once I saw your top 10 movies, I was like, all right, I see. Like this nigga don't want to give no credit to anything if it ain't exploding or it ain't moving fast.
Not true.
So I get it. So Argyle gets a pass because I'm not gonna lie. There's some great fight scenes in Argyle. Like they get to it, they have some fun. It's a fun film, but it's a goddamn woo. It's crazy. But number 2, still, my friend, isn't as bad as the number 1 film, which we will give a round of applause to. Megalopolis. Talk about a fucking train wreck. A train wreck for the ages. Talk about not even laying down train tracks. Like you spent 10, 20 million dollars on a train and just ran it off onto the rocks. Like no train track. You filled it up. Like you sold it out. You put 500 people on there, movie stars, mega stars. You loaded this train up with great liquor, some of the best liquor in the world. Then you scoured the earth for some of the finest spirits of all time. $20,000 bottles, $50,000 bottles, and you built this. You put all of this stuff on the train. Beautiful train, man. I mean, just nice seats, custom everything, condoms and cocaine, heroin everywhere. The best prostitutes from all over the world. You put everything on this train, man, and everybody's ready to go to the best DJs. They pulled Diddy out of jail, gave him 2 cases of lube and all that. And the train is ready to go. The greatest party of all time. And then you put a nuclear engine in this motherfucker, right? And no track, and just went bam, like. That's what happened in this film.
Engine.
Right. Yo, you put the Back to Future engine onto the joint. Only if you look, you got to be a Back to Future 3 fan to understand what I'm talking about. You put the Back to Future engine in that joint. And you didn't go like, oh, let's gradually get it up. No, you took that shit from 0 and boom. And then like the whole thing, everybody died. I mean, it was just like you went off the mountain, ain't no train tracks. There's nothing there. And it's just the whole movie is you seeing the train go off the cliff in slow motion. You just watch millions of dollars of liquor and famous people and prostitutes jumping, and it's just cocaine dust just a bubbling. Like it's a beautiful crash that gets the further down it goes and the more parts of the train smash into the bricks in the ground below. You say, this is bad. This is really bad. Like, because a train got like 20 different cars on it, and all of it was full of celebrities. So you get to see all of those bad celebrities. A couple of girls was naked, falling out that joint. Oh man, look at her titties. Oh crap, boom. She splat onto the ground. Splat.
They said they even messed up on the name. It's not supposed to be Megalopolis. It's supposed to be Megalopolis shit.
Yeah, pretty much. So that is my top 10 films, my top worst films of 2024. Thank you, sir. Yeah, let's just say we did that. Yeah.
I'm mad. But hey, it's to be expected with